Hello everyone, Aaron from A-Land here. Today we will be working with Unit 7, which is all about shopping. As always, remember to hit that like button and share this video if you find it helpful. Now, not everyone likes shopping, and we all definitely like different kinds of shopping. I don't like shopping for clothes, for example, so I try to get it done as fast as possible. But when it comes to shopping for technology, I can take forever to make a decision, and I actually enjoy it. So, let us begin by learning some vocabulary related to shopping. Let's begin with this word. Repeat after me. Retail. Good job. The word retail is used to describe when a business sells a product or a service to an individual consumer for their own use. That means you buy something with the intention of using it yourself, not to resell it. Retail is a term used for small quantities. For example, when you go to the supermarket to buy your groceries, or when you go to a store and buy a shirt. A retailer, that's retail with an ER at the end, is a person or a business that you purchase goods from. Retailers typically don't manufacture their own items, which brings us to our next word, wholesale. Can you say it for me? Excellent. Wholesale is the selling of goods in large amounts at low prices to shops and retailers, who then resell these items to consumers like you and me. So if they sell at a cheaper price, why don't we just buy from a wholesale place instead of a retailer? Because, as I said, they sell in big quantities. A retailer is happy to sell you 1 or 2 shirts. A wholesaler will need for you to buy 100 shirts or 1,000 so you can get a cheap price. Let's try a different kind of store. How about a department store? Say that with me. Department store. Fantastic. A department store is a retail establishment offering a wide range of consumer goods in different product categories, known as departments, which is where the name comes from. An example of this would be the Lotte department store. You have a department for furniture, clothing, jewelry, books, electronics, etc. Everything is neatly organized into sections, so consumers can find what they need easily. Now, let's move on to our next term, which is something known as a flagship store. Repeat after me. Flagship store. Awesome. A flagship store is the most important store in a chain of stores. It is the location we think about immediately when asked about a business. Usually because it's the biggest store, or perhaps they make the most sales. It could also be because of where it's located, because it was the first one built, or simply it is in a very important location. A flagship store may have any of these traits or many of them. There can even be multiple flagship stores for a brand. Unfortunately, we don't always have money with us. So we have to engage in the timeless tradition of window shopping. You know how this goes. Window shopping. Brilliant. Window shopping is the activity of looking at goods displayed in shop windows, especially without having the intention of buying anything. A lot of people really enjoy doing this and fantasizing about things they can't afford, or simply do it to pass the time. And this is something that can happen both in person and online. People sometimes fill up their shopping carts on websites without ever actually buying anything. That can also be called window shopping. What about if you need help in a store? Who do you call? How about customer service? Let's say it one more time. Customer service. Good job. We call customer service the assistance and advice provided by a company to those people who buy or use its products and services. Good customer service takes care of the customer's needs by providing and delivering professional, helpful, high-quality assistance to the customer. And always remember, don't be rude to them or get angry. They are here to help you out. We've talked about places and people, so now let's talk about the products. The first term for today is high-end. Can you say it for me? High-end. Good. When we say something is high-end, we mean that it's the most expensive range of products, usually intended for people who want very good quality products and don't mind how much they cost. One day I wish I can make enough money that I can buy high-end products without worrying. Let's move on to the last term for today, apparel. One last time, apparel. Good job. Apparel is just another word for what you wear. Your shirts, your shoes, footwear, etc. Remember that the IELTS test is all about using less common words. So while it is perfectly acceptable to say clothes, apparel would be a better IELTS term. And with that, we have come to the end of our list. So let's review them all and practice. Repeat after me. Retail. Good. Wholesale. Good. Department store. Well done. Flagship store. Great. Window shopping. Wonderful. Customer service. Nice. High-end. Excellent. And finally, apparel. Amazing. Well done. Now it's time to put your knowledge to the test by doing a practice exercise. You can pause the video now and get a paper and pencil so you can complete the exercise. Today's exercise will have some sentence completion. You will listen to the tape and fill in the missing words. Write no more than 3 words and/or a number. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Good morning. I'm John Masters and this is Shop Up, the weekly show on retail and shopping. Later in today's show, we'll be talking to online shopping expert Martha Jones. But before that, we're talking about some famous shops from around the world. And live from New York City, we've got Madison, who's going to tell us all about Macy's.
Hi, John. Well, one of the most famous department stores in New York City is Macy's. There are over 850 Macy's stores all over the United States. But the flagship store is in Herald Square, Manhattan, just around the corner from the Empire State Building. Interestingly, Roland Macy, the company founder, opened his first shops in the town of Haverhill, Massachusetts, between 1843 and 1855, but they weren't successful. However, Macy learned from his mistakes, and in 1858, he moved to New York. He opened his first New York store on 18th of October, 1858, and was immediately successful. The Herald Square store was opened in 1902. Macy's is especially famous for its Thanksgiving Day parade, which marks the beginning of the Christmas season.
Let's review your answers. Macy's is one of the most famous department stores in New York City. Roland Macy opened his first shops in the town of Haverhill in Massachusetts between 1843 and 1855. How are we doing so far? Roland Macy opened his first New York store on the 18th of October, 1858. And the Herald Square store was opened in 1902. And the last one, Macy's is especially famous for its Thanksgiving Parade, which is an amazing event, which you should look up on YouTube if you've never seen it. And with that recommendation, we come to the end of today's lesson. As always, remember to like and share this video if you found it helpful. And I will see you all on the next unit. Goodbye.